Hello everyone, today we are training legs. I have a new and improved leg day that's going to be prioritizing my hamstrings. Now, if you watched my previous video, it was a full day of everything. My new meal plan to improve my digestion for peak off season, and also I did mention that my leg day is now being adjusted to prioritize my hamstrings, which I'll be going through today. I'm not sure I've actually ever filmed this session for my YouTube channel, which is the pivot press rather than the pendulum. I've showed you the pendulum squat leg day numerous times. Today is honestly the same setup, but instead of the pendulum, I do a pivot press, leg press. And so, yeah, that is the setup today. I'm just going to basically talk you through the whole session. My volume, sets and rep scheme, a few pointers in the gym. And other than that, just show you a bit of the workout itself, some raw clips of me training. So, yeah, enjoy that. Today we have my pre-workout meal of choice. If you want to know all my meals that I'm currently eating, then watch my last video because I go through everything in detail. But today we just got the meal 3 pre-workout, which is 150 gram of sushi rice, dry weight. Okay, then chicken breast is 150 gram raw weight. Then we got like 50 gram of veg, and then 100 gram of banana, cinnamon. So it's sweet and savory. Some people turn their nose up at that, but I think it's absolutely amazing. Things are going well. Obviously, if you watched the last video since we last spoke, no changes really. It's only been a few days, but look, off season's going great. Holding weight at around 132 kilogram, and just seem to be a bit tightening up. I would imagine Cuba might make some changes this coming Monday or the Monday after. I do have a weekend away next weekend, so I might have 2-3 days off the gym simply because I have Hope's competition on the Saturday, which is super exciting. Me and her are staying the night before on the Fridays in Milton Keynes. So I might be able to train that morning, I hope. But then Saturday is obviously her show day, so I'll be there all day, down in the Airbnb, then we'll be at the show day, and then driving back that evening, so I won't be able to train there. Which, you know, so she's 1 week out, which is super exciting. And then the following day I have a wedding, so I won't be able to train Sunday. Sunday's my normal rest day anyway, so I might only have to miss one session in rotation, which is fine. Needs must, guys, because, you know, normally I'm so fucking locked in hermit mode. I don't ever do traveling, so, you know, it's one weekend out of, you know, many where it's just complete hermit Groundhog Day, right? And also got to be there for Hope. You know, I'll move heaven and earth to be there at her show for her, and also a wedding. One of my good friends, always fun. So this week, Hope is 1 week out. She normally comes to me today, it's Saturday, but she's got a new job, so she's going to come over tomorrow. And I will vlog her show and whatnot, which is fun. But look, today for me is a chill day because Saturday is my no check-in day. I do, you know, some messages first thing in the morning, some form kits, people that send questions through the night, especially my international clients. But this morning's been super chill. It's nice weather. I went out for a walk with Jim this morning, first thing. He came around to check in because he's 10 weeks out. And then we went for a walk, got a coffee, and I've just been fucking chilling, honestly. Happy days, perfect for a nice sunny Saturday pre-legs. And then tonight, again, normally Hope would be here, but I'm got the place to myself. So I think I've got the Peaky Blinders film, got that on the watch list. I'll watch that. And I'll get a Domino's pizza, Ben and Jerry's. No, I'm joking. I would like to be fair, but fuck. I'm just enjoying feeling good too much. Like, I'm loving having an appetite and good digestion. And the biggest mistake I made in previous off seasons is like, I feel like I have to have an off-plan meal every week. It's like, I deserve one. I'm in the off season. You know, you don't have to. Do you know what I mean? I'm just loving feeling hungry and looking forward to my meals. Because you might think, oh, that's weird. Why do you want to be hungry? Because I have felt the pain and suffering of no appetite in an off season. It's fucking miserable. So still looking forward to these meals. Loving like the variation of my meals. Lots of vegetables, like making it taste good. Like it's such a food to me it brings a lot of pleasure and enjoyment to my life. So when that appetite is gone, you know, things get very tough. look, I've been there in the past and I've done it. I've done those hard fucking off seasons where I'm throwing up and force feeding. But I think with my skills and expertise when it comes to digestion now, I won't ever have to do that again. So I'm going to get into this. Honestly, I just want to get cracking today. We'll get into the leg day clips ASAP and then chat post-workout. Pre-workout with the bro. This has been the tradition for how long? At least 2 years from me living here. And then I've been in this flat about 2 years now, I think it'll be 2 years, or maybe, no, 3 years this April. And then before that, we would go to our friend Ryan's flat, and there'll be a group of us, like 4 or 5 of us, all drinking our pre-workouts like we're going out on a night out, and then hit the gym. That was a good time. That was 2023. And there was a big handful of us on prep together, all coached mainly by the same person, Ross. So, we all go check in together on whatever it was, Saturday morning. Fucking so good. That was my first exposure to competing. So, set the bar high. And my first ever show, I won the overall. It's all downhill from there. So yeah, we're just chill here. We sit here for about 15 minutes, chilling, just chatting about the session and slagging everyone off. And then we'll go train, all right? Right, we're here. Game on. Starting legs with triceps. So this session we start with triceps, the other we start with biceps. Every gym bro's dream, starting a leg day with arms. Why do we do that? I want big arms. So we spread out as much volume as possible throughout the week. Because a push-pull legs day, we can sometimes neglect the arms tagged on at the end of a session. So here we are starting with, as you can see, Jim getting into position. An optimized tricep pushdown. I will be doing 3 sets here. So as you can see by the setup, using the daisy chains, got a back support with the seat to just make it very stable. Ooh, yeah. So, feels good. 3 sets here. This first set, 12-15. Get the bows warmed up, the old elbows. Then we'll move on to, I'll take it a little bit heavier and do 8 to 12. Ooh, bit of stretching. Nothing too much, because you don't want to get hypermobile and get into range of motions you're not used to and then tear a muscle. But for me, just loosening up around the hips helps me get into a good range of motion without my pelvis tucking. If I don't stretch my hips, I find it hard to get that full range, and then I get a little bit of that butt wink, that little bit of pelvic tilt, and then my lower back starts fucking hurting. So getting a little bit loose is the goal, but not too loose. Being a little bit loose never hurt anyone. And also just helps warm the knees up a little bit, just getting into this deep stretch. So, second warm up, I'm just gonna do some very light, heavy in the short isometrics with a leg extension. This just really warms my knees. This is probably one of the biggest game changers for warming my knees up. Jim kindly recommended this to me and it's been a fucking game changer. So literally just have this where it's hard up the top. Just hold this for 5 seconds in the short. I can literally feel my knee warming every single rep. The connective tissue is just on. I actually forgot to speak about the seated hamstring curl, so I'm going to talk you through it because I have actually changed this. We have dropped the load, a few pegs, taken the gym pin out, and got extremely intentional with the pause and the contraction. A very hard contraction. Feel the hamstring almost cramp and then release it and hold on to that contraction. The reason why I've done this is that's what my physique is lacking. The hamstrings, shall I say. Everything else is growing like fucking crazy. You know, quads are exploding, the rest of my body's blowing up, but the hamstrings are kind of just getting a bit, they're lagging. Now, they are growing, don't get me wrong. Like, you know, I can see them improved, but not at the same rate. So, what do we do? Okay, let's go back to a drawing board. I'm gym pinning this motherfucker, and my hamstrings are shit, or at least they're not growing. So, let's reset. As you can see here, very hard intentional pause in the short. Seems a lot longer when you're pausing it in real life than it does here, but the goal is to drive that quad into the pad to initiate the movement. You've got to make sure that shit is tight up against your quad. From your hips to your knees to your feet wants to be a complete straight line. And then you want to, like I said, initiate that movement with driving up with the quad and then drag with your heels back to the hamstring and just have a hard contraction and then release it while still holding on to that contraction. Oh yeah. Got to work within sort of a 12 to 15 rep range, especially on this first set, just getting the knees warmed. I actually tend to aim for a slightly lighter set on the top set just to get the knees warm. Pretty much exactly that. Stack here, cam 5, mid to lengthened. That's it, no more chatting. Okay then, would you mind pushing that first one up? Okay. 3, 2, 1, yeah, that's it. As you can see by those reps, whew, let me catch my breath. Very hard and intentional pauses in the short. Why? To protect my knees, to make it as physically hard as possible without having to load it too heavy. Obviously we've gym pinned it for 10, but you know, if we were moving that erratic, you could really start packing that weight on. There's just so much pressure on your knee. So I just want to make it as physically hard and miserable as possible. Also, the pauses in the shortened position, the isometrics, they build connective tissue. So I'm strengthening my connective tissue around the knee. And then I'm going into my big stuff, whether that's pivot press, pendulum squat, warmed connective tissue, extremely warm. Musculature is extremely warm. So I can go in full confidence on those big lifts and fucking send it. All right, then we're on to the lying hamstring curl. This used to come after the big compound. It used to come after the pivot or the pendulum. But since analyzing my physique, we need more hamstrings. I need more hamstrings. Everything else is blowing up. My quads are exploding. But the hamstrings are lagging a bit behind, especially in the rear shots. So, what do? We look at what's working and what's not. Clearly, I need a bit more focus and emphasis on the hams. So I'm having all my hamstring volume before the big work. So seated ham curl and lying ham curl comes first. And also, as you can see by my movements, especially with the seated ham curl, but also with this, hard extreme pauses, hard contraction. So it feels literally like my hamstring's gonna cramp. And then release it. And as I release, it's not just going slowly on the negative for no reason. For the sake of it, it's holding on to that contraction. As you get to the lengthened, don't fully extend the leg so it's locked out straight. So this actually takes tension off the hamstring. It's like coming fully straight in a bicep curl like that. You don't need to do that. Just keep a little bit of tension on there. How I like to think of the hamstring curl, seated or lying, it's like a preacher curl for the hams. Drive the quad into the pad and then drag it up, not kick, drag it up. So it's not as much of an explosive movement from the hole. It's a forceful, but a drag. Let's go, 2 sets here, 10 to 15 rep range. Oh,
Come on now. Easy. Drive. Come on. And one. Come on. Fucking easy. Drive it.
Go! Fuck man. All-time P though, or all-time PB. I know. Kind of gives you that confidence, like, I know I can fucking do it. Just load it up and... Yeah. Here's the load, guys. All-time PB there. Very fucking happy with that set. Very fucking happy. Oh, let's go. Your set, bro. Fucking take it. Oh yeah, fucking clean. Let's go. Yep. All like that, bro. Good. All the way. Yep. Keep them coming. Biggest fucking legs on stage. Let's get it. Yep. Drive it through. Be fucking persistent. Drive. Yeah. There's another there for the taking. Come on. Ah, dig deep. Let's fucking go. All the way. All the way. Drive it. All the way. Almost. Very fucking almost. I shouldn't have let you dig for that long, to be fair. That's fine.
Above that, then I'm like, oh, I'm feeling a bit smaller.
That was moving still.
Yeah, just.
And I was like, I thought you were going to get that, but just though, just. Good set though. Well, very fucking happy with that set. Been making some incredible progress on that pivot the last handful of weeks. That's my all-time PB on that. So those plates are 25 kilo plates. There's 9 of them on there per side, plus a 10. So what's that? 470 kilo of plates on the machine. So, you know, I think that was 6, I believe. I'll have to watch it back, but, you know, that's the first time touching that load ever. So goal will be now, stick on that load for the next however many weeks it will take to get me up to 8. When I get 8 clean reps, I'm very happy with. I shall add, I don't know, 5 kilo aside, work it back up to 8, repeat. But yeah, incredible, very happy with that. I really think that putting that lying hamstring curl before the pivot and pendulum, although, you know, you're expelling some energy, everything being warmed, I just go into the set more confident. And the knees are just, for me, like the main thing that would hold me back is like when my knees are creaking. It kind of just takes away a little bit of that intensity and adrenaline, because you're like, as you're coming down, it's like, oh, screaming at you a little bit, and you can't really like drive with full fucking force. Whereas obviously these past weeks where I took that little bit of a pullback on load with the pendulum and pivot for a few weeks, and got some treatments done, I've then re-healed my knee in quick time, speed run, and I'm back to painless training really. A little bit of a feeling there. I think just where my foot was turned out a little bit. I normally press and squat very straight footed because my knees travel over them straight. Whereas this time, for whatever reason, just a bit too fucking hyped, I think. My foot was slightly turned out, so then when my knee's going forward, it's kind of on the inside of my knee. It's hurting a little bit now, but it'll be fine. I'll have a long hot bath tonight with the Epsom salts. Dose up with the BPC, we'll be good to go. So that's all the main work done. That's the blessings of doing your big compound work at the end. Once you've done it, you're like, fuck, finished. So I've got a bit of calves to do now. I don't know, everyone else, like, when you do a hard leg day, when you're just like hard bracing, driving crazy blood pressure to the head, I look like I've aged about fucking 10 years. All my fucking, well, I've got bags under my eyes anyways, but they're just even more inflated. The wrinkles where you're like screwing up, I get home, I'm like, fucking hell, what has happened to me? Oh well, right, time for the calves. Yep, 6th session. Very, very good session. Big leg press PB. Most ever pressed on there. We're walking home now, sun shining. The weather is fine. Actually feels like summer weather. It's March, big up global warming. Anyways, this walk here, up the road there are my apartments, and just literally at the end of that road is the gym. And this road here is famous for prostitutes, and pretty much other than today, most days you always see them on the corner there, and very occasionally you'll see fellas pick them up middle of the day, which is crazy. And obviously I walk past them every day now, and you get to know the faces. One time I was walking past a group of them, and they must have been feeling a bit braver than usual because they were drunk. And one of them, I had my headphones on, summer, shorts out, legs were shredded. So I must have caught their eye. Not that their standards are probably very high anyways, but one of them stepped out in front of me. And I took my headphones off. She goes, "When are you gonna take me home and fuck me?" I was bursting out laughing. I was like, "You fucking wish." It's funny because their pimp or whatever lives in a camper van on this road. He's just like an old white guy. It's a bit like a Breaking Bad type situation. It's in like an RV, so fuck knows what goes on in there, but it's very interesting. But yeah, I didn't think that would be the norm. Just walking past, giving the nod to prostitutes on the way to the gym every day. Back at the crib, on the sofa, showered, post-workout is ready. So the new post-workout, if you watched the full day of eating last, is now a meat and rice meal, changed from cream of rice to whey. If you want to know why, watch the last video. Here we have 150 gram of sushi rice, dry weight, 200 gram of 2% turkey mince, 2% fat, and then 50 veg, which is spinach and mushrooms. Got a few cherry tomatoes in there and rocket. It's just delicious, honestly. I fucking love these meals. 100 gram of pineapple. There we go. I'm just sat here watching a YouTube video on that new Crimson Desert game. If anyone's bought it, let me know if you like it. Came out yesterday. It's very interesting. In my adult years, you got to watch like 100 hours of content about something before you consider buying something. Anyways, I'm going to tuck into this. I'm feeling a bit, that post-leg day, like coma, where it almost feels like you're ill. That's very normal, by the way, guys. If you're pushing shit to the limit, you're pushing hard. We're doing stuff that the body doesn't want to do. We're training to fucking crazy intensity. We're trying to build our physique and surpass natural limits. You're not going to feel good all the time. It's very normal to just feel fucked. And if anything, take pride in it. That feeling of accomplishment where you get home after a leg day and I'm just laying on the sofa now, like, unfortunately, I've got a fuck ton of work to do now. I've got about fucking 30 WhatsApp messages to get through whilst I was in the gym, but that's okay. I'll do that whilst I'm still moving. If I let myself fully relax, just lay on the sofa after I'm in the gym, I'm not getting back up. So I'll eat this, get straight on the laptop, do about an hour's worth of deep work, and then manage chilling Saturday night. I'm going to watch that new Peaky Blinders film, get an early night. Hope's coming over tomorrow, so we can have just, I'll have my check-ins in the morning, but spend the day with her, go and get a coffee, walk around the marina. Life's good, life's good. And that is another day done, guys. Happy days. I hope you enjoyed this leg day vlog, shall we call it. I had meal 5, which was beef and potato. I'm now waiting for my cream of rice to cool down. I put it in the freezer. As you well know, I like eating my cream of rice cold. I don't like that shit hot. So now I'm going to take my sleep supplementation and peptides, growth hormone. If you want to know the whole stack, watch my last full day of everything video where I run through everything. Full day of everything. But yeah, what a day. Sunny day, getting after it on leg day, looking after the clients. Everyone's happy, everyone's motivated. Got a really, really good set of clients right now. Like, I've got a group chat, right, and it's just popping off daily. People sharing their meals, you know, motivation, life lessons, you know, lifting cues, lifting form clips, shall I say. And at the end of each month, we do a lift of the month. Everyone puts in their favorite form clip, and then we have a group vote of whose is the best. I'll break it down. It's normally like a 25-minute video, just breaking down every single set. What's good about the set, good cues, what can be improved. And then everyone does a team vote. The best clip by group decision wins a £50 Conte voucher. So, you know, we just get shit involved. We're doing a group team photo shoot, August the 15th in, where is that? In Nottingham with Bailey. Best in the game, right? I think there's at least 12 lads in. One girl in at the moment, which would be awesome. Obviously, my girlfriend Hope will be there as well, and you know, a lot of the friends and partners will turn up. It'll be a fucking sick day. Go out for a meal afterwards. That's what I'm trying to build, guys. That community, because with bodybuilding, not everyone always gets it, especially if you're someone from an area where bodybuilding isn't really a scene. Trying to build a community of like-minded, passionate, hard-working individuals who, want to share that. You might feel like you can't talk to those around you about it, your family, friends who just don't get it. So, that's what I want from this group chat with the team meets that we do and stuff like that. So, if anyone's interested, I am taking on clients, won't be forever. Well, there is a limit of how many people I like to work with. I've had a few drop-offs this month just from like financial situations or people moving abroad or whatever and just want to take a couple months off. So there are spaces. If you are interested, just WhatsApp, go onto Instagram, and there's a link in my bio that messages me on WhatsApp and we can have a chat personally. But other than that, guys, thank you everyone who uses my code at Conte, Joe10, and Vanquish, Joe15, massively appreciated. All the supplements I use and you have seen me use, pre's, intras, health supplementation, cream of rice, wheys, it's all Conte. Best in the game, best flavors, best digesting. Okay, so life's good, guys. Peace out. If you've made it to the end and you're a loyal viewer, prove to me you're a loyal viewer. Let me see how many of you there are by commenting life's good in the comments.